Hello.
Hey.
We're here to interrogate you about everything you know.
Yeah. Bring it on. We like talking about it.
So season 2. No.
Yeah.
Do you know something?
When is it airing? What is the first episode going to be like?
I wish we knew.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about in the first season? There's a lot of characters that you think in the first few episodes that it's gonna be very black and white. That they're bad and these are good. But throughout the season, you find that all the characters have different. There's a lot of gray.
Yeah.
How is that to develop those characters, and how important was that to like that Lucas and Clay aren't all bad or their fathers aren't all bad?
I mean, it's super important for us. I mean, even for Maddie's character, Henry, and everybody gets more and more dimensionalized as the show goes on. I mean, there's parts to Jenna that are surprising that get revealed. But yeah, for us, it all starts with character. We had a rule when we started the show that came from Doug, which is like if you stripped away all the superpowers, the teleportation and action and everything else, you still have to be able to watch a compelling show. Like if we have to develop a show that can exist in this little town of Reston and be as interesting without the superpowers as with. So that was always, so it has to be about character.
And that also comes from our showrunner, Lauren, who we brought into the show after the pilot, and knew we were all on the same page when she came in and sat down and talked to us, and she said, for example, my first agenda is to, show another side to Bill Boone in the pilot. He's really just a bad guy. And she was like, I want to bring out another side of town. And she really wanted to move all of the character stories forward. If you're going to do that, you're going to find the other areas.
But it kind of started with Henry's character because, all along, there was this idea that, what happens when you give a teenager a superpower? And, I have 2 teenagers, and one of them's over there, so voice down. But they don't make good decisions. Teenagers aren't they often choose the wrong route. So what happens if you give somebody whose brain is not fully developed this awesome superpower? So that's something moving forward, we really want to take more time to explore.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, bad decisions are kind of the linchpin of the show. For example, with Henry, after the incident happened in the pilot, if she just went to her mother and told her everything about what had happened, as far-fetched as it was, probably none of the rest of the season.
Or if she didn't go to the Clay and ask help to steal her car, which is a terrible idea. None of this would have happened.
But it made sense at the time.
Or she wouldn't have gotten in the car with the dad after both their sons
exactly.
did bad things to
Lots
her.
of bad decisions.
Yeah.
All of these things make sense to teenagers.
Right. Yeah.
When you were writing the show, how did you deal with the sensitivity of sexual assault? Because I thought it was handled really well without being over the top and stuff like that.
Yeah, all that credit goes to Lauren. Because we had shot a pilot where the sexual assault scene existed, but when Lauren came on board, she pitched us this idea that she wanted to deepen the assault, and she dimensionalized it. She made it happen more from Henry's point of view, and to be honest, it became a lot more explicit. And then the idea was not to leave it behind, let it carry through. And don't it happened, now she can teleport. It's always going to have a presence throughout the first season. That all came from Lauren, which at the time we hadn't thought of that when we made the pilot, but we actually went back and reshot material to put into the pilot so that it would feel there was more honesty and more depth in the benches.
And Lauren did a lot of research. She talked to some assault survivors and to ask them about their experiences in the aftermath of their assaults. And she brought a lot of that to how the character Henry sort of dealt with her own assault and how she thought about it. For example, the way she replays it in her head and wonders whether it could have gone differently. That came from first-hand accounts.
When you have to piggyback off that, those certain dream sequences where it's more of the ideal situation that you wanted to happen to the point where as you're watching it throughout the season, you start to wonder if what you saw the first time is actually what happened. That's kind of what I experienced. I was like, okay, now I'm confused a little bit, but how do you think that could play out with your audiences different perspectives, just dealing with all these different interpretations of what you saw happen, and even questioning it after the fact from her first person perspective.
Well, I think it's just honest. I mean, I think, the intent of these producers and filmmakers was that what you saw in the first episode was objectively what happened. I think it's okay that you start to wonder as you go on, because I think that's the experience that the characters have.
Well, and it makes you talk about it and explore it more, and that was part of the intention too. It's like all those different perspectives make the audience keep talking and thinking about it, just like you are. Like if there was one perspective, you would probably, that's all you would know. If you see Clay's perspective, if you see the wish fulfillment version of it, all those different perspectives keep you questioning and exploring. And
did you ever feel weird about showing Clay's perspective and the way he tried to figure out if he actually violated her when questioning the friend, and then his play pattern? Did you ever feel weird about showing that?
I think it's an accurate reflection of Clay's exploration of it, because Clay has a different moral compass and a different sort of perspective, and that was, to me, that was the indicator of him, like, did it really happen the way she said it, or here's the way I thought I remembered it happening, and then he starts questioning himself, and there's a heartbreaking scene with his father where he's realizing he did an awful thing. But I don't think we could have gotten there without all those different explorations.
I think that's part of the conversation again around sexual assault, is that the perpetrators, don't believe that they assaulted anybody,
Or don't want to believe.
and we have to be talking about that too if we're having an honest conversation.
I actually like that y'all put that in the show. I don't think enough shows show the guys realizing that playing something like that. So I like that actually.
I just read this story in the New York Times yesterday, unrelated, but there's a soccer referee somewhere in the Midwest who's been video recording parents behaving badly on the sidelines and then posting them. And there's all these parents who are like seeing this and going, oh my God, did I really behave like that? And they're changing their behavior because it's so bad. There's 8th graders playing soccer or basketball and the parents losing their minds, and they don't realize it in the moment because there's this,
Well, they're also confronted with an objective
Exactly.
truth, which, when you're just dealing with first-person accounts that don't always exist.
But it made me think, when I was reading that, it made me think of our show a little bit, like all these different perspectives. Like that can change your perception.